Welcome back to the DmC DevilMayCry Retrospective Part 7. After we finish with the Slurm Queen and the stupid maze, let's do one of my favorite missions in this game. Though, I enjoyed this game for different reasons back then than I do now, so we'll see if that still holds true. But, I've got 2 upgrades to get for this level. Once I get Devil Trigger in the next few levels, I will remove my leveling curve and just upgrade the shit out of everything. Why don't I upgrade these since I just got them? Yeah, get that one. And that one. And there we go. Alright, sorry about the slight interruption, but now that I've got my upgrades, here we go. The level where the actual, level design, the way they make things shift, your mobility and your platforming, this is one of the levels where I think this game really shines.
Yeah, we'll meet you there. See you soon, Virgil.
So,
how'd you mean?
I got a few little announcements to make, but I'll wait till after this cutscene. Funny, Dante, considering you just swallow every bit of bullshit Virgil feeds you this entire game, until finally it becomes obvious that he is a fucking psychopath at the end of the game.
And I appreciate it. I trust you.
But see, look at this here. This is the first sign. No, not the first. We already got signs of it. But this is the first sign that this Dante isn't the asshole he appeared to be. At the beginning of the game, he had no memory. His memory was fucked up. He didn't know who or what he was and why these things were hunting him. Now he knows. Now he's got people who are being open with him. People who are helping him. So yeah. This is where we first start seeing Dante's character development. And it's funny that Virgil plays a direct role in that, even though Virgil is lying to him and manipulating him the entire time. See, things like this would have been cool, because in the original concept, Dante was going to have things like this, or he'd be wandering in and out of limbo as a child, not knowing what's going on. We were going to get to see his first encounter with a demon, when he first summons his weapons and learns, okay, clearly I'm not human, but all we got in the game, a scene of him standing in a mirror trying to rip his own heart out, which is like, what the fuck? If you hadn't been following the development of this game from the beginning, you'd have no goddamn clue what that scene was about. Seemed like it was just thrown in for shock value. And just like Devil May Cry 4, so much of what would have made this game's story and character development better was cut out of it for God knows what reason. But it is what it is. I'll be getting to my character analysis and plot breakdown of this game at the end of this retrospective. And what the fuck are you doing this whole time, Virgil? Huh? That's not a plot hole. That's further proof that Virgil is lying and manipulating everyone. He's the villain, even here. He's trying to bring down the media, but... Yo, Virgil, all these things you're saying that the demons do, none of these things seem to actually have an adverse effect on the human race. Especially when we see what happens at the end of this game when Virgil gets what he wants. Though I do love this, that the whole thing, Bill O'Reilly's floating head being a demon that you have to beat the shit out of while he talks shit about you. That was... I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That was hilarious, amazing, and just... what the fuck on the same kind of level that you'd get out of the classic games. You know, this game still retained the core of Devil May Cry, even if it lost the identity. It had a new identity, but the core concepts, style, ridiculous over-the-top anime bullshit. I mean, it's not anime looking in this game, but it still is. And look at that. Cat's worried, Dante's smiling, and Virgil's got that evil look on his face. But why didn't they ever bother to explain any of Cat's abilities or what the hell what this is? Like, what did she just do? Why couldn't Dante just jump off the bridge like Solid Snake did at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 2 and tank her? Whatever. said I would
Well, Bob,
critique the
now I get why your
plot
point of view is
elements.
so upside down.
But yeah, my announcement. So I've just found out through Gamer Thumb TV made an announcement that Konami is remastering Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PS4. But not only that, Rondo of Blood, which has only ever gotten English release once before in the Dracula X Chronicles for PSP. And I have wanted to play both those games ever since my copy broke, so I'm just curious, which dub will Symphony have? Will it have the original dub, or will it have the redub from the Dracula X version? Because it was the same game, they just redid the voice acting. Whereas Dracula X Chronicles was a remade Rondo of Blood, but it also had Rondo of Blood available as an unlockable. Whereas back in the day, in North America, we got what was called Dracula X, which was a massively watered down version of Rondo of Blood, and I've never played it because it's one of the rarest games in existence. But I know all about it, and yeah, so Dracula X was just a watered down piece of crap from everything I've heard, but Dracula X Chronicles was a modern remake. I'd actually love to see them bring the whole Dracula X Chronicles set here. Like, why are they splitting it up into Rondo and Symphonia? As I understand it, the games will be one thing. You buy it and you get both, so why not just throw Dracula X Chronicles in there too, and just port the full package off of PSP? Because it had all three. Dracula X, it had it had Dracula X Chronicles, the original Rondo of Blood, and Symphony of the Night. Or are they just trying to sweep Dracula X Chronicles under the rug for the association with Dracula X? God, why do I still keep forgetting that I've got a lock-on in this game? And I'm not using Gilgamesh. What's next? I'm going to be trying to use Trickster, like when I'm playing Virgil now? Now that after 10 years, I can finally play Dante at something approaching an advanced level in 4, it's ruined my ability to enjoy the other characters. Oh yeah, I can swap. Oh. Oh, fuck you. Get that shit out of my face. Okay, so, you know, I'm not really a big fan of the axe, but these gauntlets I love. Oh, look at that! I tried to DT as if I was playing the old games, and I finally used the dodge correctly. But yeah, these gauntlets, I mean, it's only throwing me off because I'm so used to using Gilgamesh and Beowulf now, but I mean, I'm gonna have to deal with that when we get 5 and I get to use fucking Balrog. I mean, have you guys seen the trailers? Have you seen this thing in motion? The other day I made a post on the DevilMayCry sub where it's like, these trailers with Balrog is the first time in 10 years that I've realized when I'm playing DevilMayCry 4, I'm playing a decade-old game. It's never hit me before, because the game still feels modern and fluid and smooth. Sorry about the interruption, but since I forgot what I was talking about, let me just continue with the whole thing with Konami. It seems like they're pulling a Capcom, you know, after 10 years of Capcom basically saying, fuck off, your franchises don't sell, we're not giving you them, give us your money for this shit you don't want, and now they're doing everything we want. In the last 2 years, look what they've done with Resident Evil 7, look at Remake 2, look at all these Mega Man collections that are coming out dirt cheap. And they got us Mega Man 11. They're going to get us a Mega Man X9. I'm almost certain of it. All the support we've shown all these years got us Devil May Cry 5. They're bringing back Onimusha. We know they've been talking about a sequel for years now. So, I mean, if Konami is thinking of doing the same thing, we're about to be in a golden age of gaming. Because Konami, Capcom, and Nintendo are, if you ask me, the 3 most influential developers / publishers in the industry for all the things they did back when it was in its infancy. But no matter what Konami's trying to do, there's one thing they won't. There's no way in hell Konami is getting Hideo Kojima back. But enough about Konami. Yeah, like look at this. This is, oh, the boost. I forgot about those boost rings. But like look at this. This is crazy. This level design, this platforming. This is awesome. We're just going around this massive contorted level that's just made up of twisted architecture everywhere. And just, it's amazing to look at how they've twisted everything, how well it all works. Wait, there were enemies? Get the fuck up. But yeah, it's amazing to see how much this level has just been contorted. All these like normal structures in these fucked up, what do you say, configurations almost, as we're just running across pieces of buildings floating over a void, upside down at that.
Okay.
But again, with the mazes, see, this is something that I think actually hurts the definitive edition. That wasn't a problem in the original. The platforming and exploration worked because they had all these collectibles hidden around. Whether people liked those or not, that was the intent. That you would search through these large maze-like levels that make use of brilliant level design and platforming mechanics that this series never really made use of before. That's always been a flaw with these games. Believe me, platforming has never been enjoyable. But the point was that, oh, look at that. Upside down writing, forgive me. The point was that you'd wander around and find all these secrets, right? Well, I could be wrong on this, but the definitive edition changed things. There's not as many keys, everything is simplified and streamlined now. So levels like this and, you know, my public tour part 5 episode, well, there's no real incentive to go explore anymore because the reason you would do that was changed. It's not in the game anymore. So where's my incentive to go down these different paths when I know that there's less golden keys? Although it could be that there's only one type of key now, there's still just as many. But, okay, I'm gonna need some healing items. I do not care about healing since I don't play this game enough to be good enough at it to not need healing. And there we go, see, look at that. Finally found something after going down side corridors. But illegal thought patterns, eh? I mean, see, this is the only area where we really get proof that the demons are doing some major fucked up shit. I mean, yeah, we saw all the shit with the Slurm Queen Succubus, but we never got any explanation for what that was. This, though? But we don't know what these people did to be in here. You know, there's no context. We just know demons are torturing people, but we don't know why. When everything else that the demons are shown to do is actually holding society together, it's just that the story presents them as the villains for a plot twist that is not well handled. Oh my god, that is cheesy as all fuck, but man, is that satisfying. And again, with me forgetting I have a lock on. What the fuck? Oh, you're one of those assholes. Like, I like the way that Dante actually moves forward while doing that, while charging in this game, you know? Well, with that one move, anyway. And, like, I actually think that the change to the color-coded enemies was fucking pointless. Before, we could only hurt them with their colored weakness, so that's all we would do. Now, yeah, we can hurt them with anything, but we can't stagger them, we can't juggle them. Like, literally, there's no hit stun unless you're hitting them with their color-coded weapon. Which means, unless you're in very certain situations, you do not want to hit them with anything else. You can't launch them, you can't juggle them, you can only really do basic attacks and damage. Well, not just basic attacks, but that's all you can do with it, is inflict damage. Like, a fully charged punch to the face with this, Eric's, to this thing, you're telling me that that doesn't knock it back one bit, when that's the entire point of this weapon. And why are there slurm boxes? Look at those reused assets up there. We're not in the slurm factory, so why are there, slurm crates here? But man, having that gauntlet to switch to makes a big difference, because that axe is just too slow. It's not fun to chain into your combos, really. Whereas that gauntlet, it is. And then you switch to the axe mid-combo and then switch back to the scythe. I can't wait to get to the chakrams. I mean, yeah, it's no DevilMayCry 3, no DevilMayCry 4, but this game is still more than fun to play. I'm not even going to compare it to DevilMayCry 1 because that game's combat is a lot slower. You know, it was the first of its type. Something come up and I had to cut off my recording, and now it's a couple hours later that I've got to come back and do this, so you're gonna see this fight twice because it's gonna have commentary in both fight parts. But I think, yeah, this is the first time I fought these assholes. And again, we're forgetting I got a lock on. Oh, fuck. Almost had it. Oh shit, two of the fuckers? Well, in that case... Shit. I keep going for a regular launcher. God damn it. See, this is what happens when you play Dante all day or all week in DevilMayCry 4. You forget how to play DmC. What, are you now just pissed off because I killed the other one or some shit? Fuck, and there I go, trying to use the classic dodge roll. Okay, this has some like weird pullbacks on that move. That was close. But yeah, I think that gauntlet might be my favorite weapon I've got right now in this game. Oh, for fuck's sake, this was right here the whole time. Alrighty. Oh, then, is there anything I might have missed during that cutscene? Yes, because it dragged you in there. Or did it? I don't remember. But here we go. It just looks like you can cut it, but you can't. What the hell kind of pointless diversion was that? Oh. That kind of pointless diversion. Maybe not so pointless. Although, then again, what the hell is the point of collecting those apart from trophies? Because orbs, or whatever the hell the currency it uses to determine your upgrades, I mean, you already get plenty of that shit anyway. I'm getting a Sonic Adventure 2 vibe here. Where I gotta climb up this thing, this tower, running and, you know, running around it. Alright. Fuck you! I mean, if you were gonna try to stop me, why wouldn't you just do it a bit more, you know? Bye-bye. Are they? How the hell are you monitoring people's thought patterns? I mean, it'd be really nice if they went into more detail with that kind of shit, because that sounds interesting as all hell. Yeah. Oh, what do we got over here? Holy and demons. That generally doesn't go together. Huh. What? I thought you were supposed to have a dodge on both L1 and R1, but it's only working when I press the L1 version. Yeah. But like, what is up with them having virility crates here? This is not the virility factory. Like, are they just reusing assets? Is that all that is? That pun was not very good. I mean, it's not as cringy as fuck you. I mean, that's the only real cringe moment of this dude's humor. The rest is just him being an asshole, which, that's not supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be him being an asshole. Fuck off. Get that shit out of my face. Oh, that's why you can't use R1 for the dodge. Because you've got the, what do you call it on there? The lock-on. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm so used to there not being a lock-on in this game, even still. Maybe I should use something other than them. Damn it, I'm getting my ass kicked. Or maybe I should start investing in health upgrades. Fuck that. I'll have DT soon enough. I'll be doing the secret missions on a separate video if I feel like it, or if people have any interest in seeing them. But I won't clog up the main videos with them. Although, being that this is a retrospective, maybe I should. Oh well, I already skipped a few anyway. Ah, I can't get a health cross anyway. And the item finder, that was DLC. That was DLC in the original, which I'm going to do a little video responding to this microtransaction controversy in DevilMayCry 5. But, yeah, in the original release of this game, there were several paid DLC bonuses that gave you benefits in gameplay. Paid to win, far more than anything you'll be able to do with buying red orbs in DmC 5. Which, by the way, if you're buying red orbs with cash, you're an idiot, okay? I don't mean to sound rude when I say that, but there's absolutely no reason to buy red orbs with cash in a DevilMayCry game, okay? Because, DevilMayCry 4 SE had 5 characters and introduced the ability to buy red orbs. Well, guess what? The special edition, changed the game up so that you got so many red orbs that by the time you finished one playthrough, you could max out all 5 characters. They made it much easier to get red orbs, even though you could straight up buy them. And as for buying revives, okay, I think it's gonna be 3,000 red orbs to revive at full health in DevilMayCry 5. Well, let me just explain this. In the classic games, you had to use what was called a gold orb to revive, right? Gold orbs, you might find maybe 2 of them per game, like as a collectible you could pick up. Otherwise, you had to buy them with red orbs, and they started at 10,000. And the price goes up every single time you buy one. And there's no resetting that price, so you're going to eventually be paying 50,000 red orbs per revive. In DmC 5, you're going to be paying 3,000 orbs for that same revive, and if you revive multiple times in a level, the price will go up, but it resets between levels. So you're never, unless you're like the worst player ever, which in that case, I don't mean to be rude, but you should probably turn on easy till you know what you're doing. And unless you're in that exact situation, you are not going to be spending $50,000, $30,000, $10,000 on revives. I mean, 10,000, like, orbs on revives like you did in the classic games. So, well, it is a classic game, but it's a sequel. But you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's fucking stupid. Those microtransactions shouldn't be in there. But thing is, it's, by the sounds of things, getting orbs is going to be easier than it ever has been through pure gameplay. And the revive system is far cheaper than it ever was. So, don't buy the orbs, people. Do not buy them. Don't boycott this game, just DevilMayCry 5, just because they're in there. But, yeah. Because, you know, it's an industry standard at this point to pull that kind of bullshit microtransactions. I could list you off a full list of games that do the same thing that got praised. Assassin's Creed Origins, Tales of Berseria, Persona 5, Assassin's Creed 4. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 straight up lets you buy levels. $5 for 20 levels. In an RPG. And yeah, so in these games, buying every single move in the game will not do shit. You are going to need to learn how to use them. And most players consider you haven't even started playing these games till you've got every move unlocked anyway. It's not about beating the games. It's not about damage output. It's about just how good you are. How much shit you can chain together with your combos. How flashy and stylish you can look. No amount of money will ever let you guard fly, okay? No amount of money will teach you how to use inertia. No amount of money will ever teach you how to use style switching with Dante and DevilMayCry 4. Okay? This is not pay to win. It's a bullshit business practice, but coming from Capcom, we're used to this shit. We've seen so much worse from them. And the fans of this game, we're not letting this stop us. We spent 10 years of thinking it was dead. The series was dead, and then we got the reboot, and you know what? It died too. And then it seemed it was all over. So, now after 10 years, Capcom is giving us everything we've asked for with this game. Several things I've personally asked for are in this game. I personally guessed what the pre-order and DLC bonuses were going to be weeks ago. We knew these microtransactions were going to be there because no one said a thing about it when they were in 4SE. If people had gotten up in arms about this back when they did it in 4SE, we wouldn't be in this situation now. But it was only the old fans who said anything about it back then. So if the game media had gotten with us and supported us on it back then, when Capcom did it the first time, we wouldn't be in this situation now, and we wouldn't be having to fight to defend microtransactions, which is the stupidest fucking thing. I can't believe I'm having to defend that. But Capcom and DevilMayCry 5 are being used as a scapegoat for something that the industry as a whole has been doing for a very long time. Capcom is more consumer friendly than it's been in the last decade right now. It's listening to its fans, it's re-releasing all its old classics, to determine if people still want these. If they do, we're gonna get more Mega Man, more Mega Man X, more Devil May Cry, more Resident Evil, more Onimusha. But if people just boycott Devil May Cry 5 and let the game die because of this, then the Capcom that we've all watched come back for the last 2 years is gonna die with it. And Capcom, alongside Nintendo and Konami, Capcom is one of the most influential companies in this industry, and I think they've more than earned their chance at redemption with this game. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was part I think 7, and have a great day.